Dana, you have like 4 pieces to like render.
Huh?
I need you to open up the portfolio. And inside you will find 2 pieces of paper. He actually came in to visit me yesterday, so we remember when he came to visit me. He said, I've got some really good news for you, Miss Harvey. I got accepted to work. I used to be doing
그래서 괜찮아.
아 근데 이거 내가 해야 되는데 왜 너가 하고 있어? 야 내가 할게.
아니지. Oh my god. That's not work. Oh my god, it's so fun! Oh my god, I went in the tree. Oh, look at the tree. Oh, look, it's a tree. Oh. Is that yours?
Hello, high school kiddos. I guess y'all are busy getting ready for college. So, as a current college student majoring design, I want to give some facts and advices. I'll start from AP art exams for part 1 video, then explain college portfolios for part 2 video. Plus, I think many local Koreans might wonder how students from American schools prepare at college, especially for art and design field. So in this video and the next video, I'll explain everything carefully. For those who don't know AP exams, AP stands for Advanced Placement. In American curriculum, there are AP courses and they are in higher level than other normal courses. There are like AP math courses such as AP Calc BC or AP Calc AB and AP Stats. There are also AP Economics, Macro and Micro. There are also science like AP Chemistry, AP Physics, AP Psychology, and so on. But since they are prerequisites for AP courses and also required courses you need to complete in freshman and sophomore year, AP courses are normally taken in junior and senior year. When you take those AP courses, you don't just end up with summatives and final exams. You take like a huge test at the end, which is a mock exam, and later you take the biggest exam called AP exam. But to be honest, there aren't mock exams in AP art because AP art exams are based on portfolio. The benefit of taking AP exams is you can get courses exempted in college, and I'll talk about that on my next video. Let's first talk about my AP art exams. No flex, but I got 5 for 2 of my AP art exams, and I thought it would be helpful to share my experience to AP art students. First of all, I took AP Drawing and AP 2D exam. AP Drawing in junior year and AP 2D in senior year. The difference between AP Drawing and AP 2D is that AP Drawing is based on fine art stuff, whereas AP 2D includes not only fine arts, but also digital pieces like photographies. There are 2 different categories in AP art exams in general, which are breadth and concentration. For concentration category, I decide the main topic, and in my generation, I had to create 12 pieces related to that topic. My concentration topic for AP Drawing was badminton because I love it and no one was doing it, so score. On AP Art exam, there is a website where you upload your portfolio, and there's also a section where you write 2 to 3 sentences about your concentration. And there's this one tip that I would give, which is instead of the word piece, write the word work. Just saying, I probably forgot all the titles. This is acrylic on canvas. It's 18 by 24 inches. I remember when my art teacher told me that there are too much stuff going on with my pieces and I had to simplify some. For this piece, I covered some extra stuff at the background by painting an extra layer on top. This piece is conveying the invisible wall between a strong player and myself, which is quite sad. Next piece is, okay, I think I named this Don't Wake Me Up, which is kind of cheesy. This is watercolor with design marker. This piece conveys another moody ambience, which is myself getting through hurtful words from badminton. This is also a diptych with charcoal pencils on blackboard. I'm just saying, I really like to make diptych pieces. And you know why? Here's a tip. Diptych can be submitted as 2 pieces in AP art exam, which will save a lot of your time for making 2 separate pieces. I'll give another diptych related tip later, so keep watching this video. Anyways, this machine just ties the strings on the racket, and the broken machine here and the broken racket shows how I can't control using my racket. The left piece is telling how this is badly affecting the game. And this one I titled Unreachable. It's 8x8 inch and it's watercolor with rapidograph pens, and it's also telling a sad thing that how I can't reach a monstrous high level. During senior year, I focused on digital because at that time I knew that I wanted to study graphic design. How did I get to learn digital art? I took an independent learning course at school, and it was a course that provides my own time and space to independently work on my stuff. For this course, I had to set a goal and show progress to my teacher reaching that goal, which was doing digital and graphic design professionally. Back to my AP 2D portfolio topic, my concentration was 2 a.m. My art teacher told me 2 a.m. idea is pretty smart because no one thought of this, and this concentration topic thing is very simple. A lot of things can happen at 2 a.m. For this concentration, every pieces are having a black background, and I try to make people focus on like just one detailed drawing in front of the background. This piece was my first digital art piece. I colored the enter key button as red to show like it's like a danger sign, because once you press it, you're not gonna get out of this trap from like going through YouTube videos and not focusing on your schoolworks. And for this one, this is also like a diptych piece connected to that first digital art. And this is also like telling one of the reasons why I don't sleep at 2 a.m. One of the reasons is because I keep eating. That's why I colored the snack as red, because it's another like danger sign. The next one is there's a lasagna and fries. So it's another like negative side of myself at 2 a.m. And there's another picture showing a very delicious looking pizza. I'm so hungry right now. This diptych piece as a whole shows how I'm too addicted to food, late night foods. These are also diptych pieces. Thing is, I kept making diptychs, and I'll talk about that later why I was keep making diptych pieces. But anyways, according to this diptych, I also want to show the addiction on my phone during late night, and I'm just putting myself upside down here. It gives like kind of like a chaotic feeling. On the right part, it shows myself being in a perspective of a phone, and I added some effect behind with like the TV like glitching screen so that it gives another effect of addiction. This is my brother focusing on his work, but ironically he's not working on his desk, he's working on a bed. And that's why I put like types forming a bed, and the type says conscious. And there goes another part of a diptych, which is my brother sleeping on a chair and putting his leg on the desk, and the Z is telling the state of him. Oh wow, okay, this is my favorite piece, and I want to express like the cramp I get during night. The red letters are saying ouch, and another cramp I get is, as you can see on the right, I want to express a cramp from my stomach when I get a period sometimes. Moving on to breadth category, breadth is with another 12 pieces, but can be anything. In other words, all the 12 pieces can be random and don't need to stick with the same particular topic. So I'll show you my breadth pieces we're drawing first. Okay, this piece is watercolor and I drew this in Telunas from Indonesia. It's a little bit bigger than A4 paper. I also drew another Telunas piece here. Same watercolor. This goes with a diptych with the first Telunas piece I showed. Also, since these are time drawings, I made these real quick. I didn't use any reference photos because the scenery there at that time was my reference. This is a random time drawing on a small sketchbook. This is another diptych again. I drew these in sophomore year when I was not taking AP art. This work is a mixture of colored pencil and acrylic. I didn't like the texture at the background before, so I colored the background in acrylic. And one tip, if you have your old drawings from sophomore and freshman year, please use them as breath pieces for your AP portfolio so that you don't waste your time making new ones. This was also another old work from my sophomore year. The topic was egg composition because that was the topic of the whole assignment, the first assignment. This one is another piece from sophomore year, but with watercolor. It's 18 by 24 inches, and you can a little bit tell from the brushstrokes here, the influence from Korean art institutions. For tip, for Koreans especially who are preparing for AP art exams, I don't recommend following the Korean art institution style. So in my experience, my art teacher didn't like that style because most Koreans use this style and she just wants my work to stay unique. For this one, this is made by acrylic. A lot of little kids like this piece. This was the photo I took in badminton tournament from my junior year. It's quite dark, but before photoshopping this, there was a high exposure at the background, so I had to lower the exposure. I also tried to add a lot of contrast. This photo was taken back in Telunas trip and I saturated the color powders on the sand and it turned out very well. Another photo from Telunas trip, I just took a picture of my friend and I thought the shades, the dark shades and the silhouette kind of feeling of my friend gives a good strong feeling from this photo. I drew my prom corsages here. The corsages look really delicate, so I wanted to draw it with a pen. I finished this within a day because I was quite rushing 2 days before the portfolio was due. I took this photo back in Korea. I was walking around my old apartment. I emphasized the green color here and I didn't really lower the exposure because I thought it would be interesting if there would be a magical feeling from the lightings. For this one, I made a monoprint. I also added pastel pencils. This was my first time doing collage art and the topic was self-portrait. I wanted to express my shy personality here, hiding myself inside my sweater. I was first thinking, how the am I gonna make this into a masterpiece? But you know what? I did it. This is a photo I took when I was going back home from school. There used to be some cats taking a nap or strolling around the basement of the apartment and I thought they're cute. I think that line of the lighting made this photo pretty strong. I also slightly added a red filter to give like a warm feeling. So let me give you some AP exam tips. First tip, when you go into the website for the submission, first thing, always measure your pieces in inches, and if you're talking about the order, it's normally height by length. The quotation mark, which means inches, is already written there for you. You just type the number. Adding on to that, for digital pieces, you should type to maximum the biggest inches. For example, for this one, this is originally 18 by 24 inches. It should be typed as 24 to 36 inches. If it's in a square form, it should be typed as 36 by 36. Second tip, when you write down the materials, of course, there will be a lot of things that you're unsure of. I was first confused of like writing for pieces with 2 or more materials used. So for that, the material that is mostly used should be typed first and then the second material. For example, for this piece, I would say watercolor and design marker. I have more things, so get ready to take notes. If you use color markers, write down design marker. Oh, just saying, you need to capitalize each word. Continuing, if you use repeatograph pen on a normal paper, write repeatograph. If you use repeatograph pen on a surface paper like this, write rapidograph and ink. If you used acrylic paint on canvas, write acrylic on canvas. If you used acrylic paint on masonite, write acrylic on masonite. If you use pastel charcoal pencils on mapboard, write pastel on mapboard. If you made a collage on mapboard, write magazines on mapboard. If you use pencil, just write pencil. If you did anything digital, including photographies, write digital. Third tip. I know everyone wants to make their portfolio in the fastest, easiest, and the most efficient way. So here it is. First of all, try to use your pieces outside AP Art from like sophomore and freshman year for your breadth pieces. Also, I recommend y'all to make diptych pieces because that saved my time. But wait, how do you unload diptych pieces on portfolio? So basically, each part of the diptych would be considered as one piece in the portfolio. Speaking about my experience, I placed each part of the diptych one by one in the portfolio, and I had this moment when I didn't have time to make 4 more pieces to fill out my portfolio. So at that time, my art teacher suggested to fill the rest with 2 of my diptychs. Wait, what? She meant even I already put the existing pieces on my portfolio, I could still put the same pieces but in a diptych format. I'm not sure if you can do that for several times. In my experience, unloading 2 diptych formats was good enough and I got 5s, so I guess it's okay. Now, 4th tip. Do some photoshops to make your pieces look clear and professional. Firstly, add a lot of contrast. Try to lower the high exposed parts also. Second of all, you might see some dirty marks at the background, like pencil marks. Try to remove them by using a stamp tool in Photoshop. 5th tip, there is this thing called quality pieces. You get to select 5 of your strong pieces and send them to the US so that the examiners could see the pieces in person. You choose your strong 5 pieces, stack them together, put them in a huge envelope and send it. I prefer you guys to place the first and last piece the strongest ones. The 6th tip, using the same material doesn't really affect the score. Go for the material you feel like you're strong with. Okay, so today I went like a quick review over my AP Art exam experience. So I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it'll be helpful for certain students. I'll see you guys on my next video, which is part 2. So I'll see you there.